Now it's time to understand all the fundamentals you need to create a perfect fade. I call it the central rule of fade creation process. It's what is fade, right? Fade is a haircut. It is a style, art, project, design. When you have a piece of paper, blank, and you draw. The fade elements, everything here you're gonna find in a fade, okay? Shape, graduation, the shades, white, white, ceniza, gray, and dark. And we have texture and layers. Okay, when we're fading, we are doing 4 motions with our clippers, right? One, scooping. It's almost like a C motion, not going straight. We don't feel it because we know how to cut, we don't feel it. But when you are learning, you need to understand this. Now we don't even feel it, just do it with your eyes closed. And then we are flicking, right? And then we are rubbing. When you're trying to take away that line, you know that line that is very hard to take off, we are rubbing. This is our base around the head. This is the most important area of the haircut when you are fading. When you're fading, this connects everything together. So guys, let me explain how I do my fades, okay? I work in 2 phases, okay? I fade it up, I call fading up, because I do from 0 to number 1, all my lines, and I blend all my lines up to number 1. And then I call the second phase blending down, because I stop right there, and since I debulk with number 2, all my numbers come down from number 2 to the 1. Remember clockwise, where the molinos, the cowlick, look at this direction, it goes that way. So all cowlicks will grow in this direction. I'm respecting its natural growth pattern. I'm just respecting. If you don't respect the hair will control you. I'm going to do a horseshoe section. One thing that I wanted to show you guys was this, look. Use this part of the comb. Once you do this, the hair will start parting. You see, here is bigger than the others, look. Here is where the hair start separate from the top. That is the curvature of the head, the contours, where the hair naturally curved to the sides. Okay, I'm going to put my base very close to the skin.
No, we always create a base.
Always create the base, okay? The hair open up small right there, look. Here. Okay, right there. Sometimes, might be right here, will be between the base and the zone 5. So that's my base, okay? That's the most important area now of the head, because now my fade will connect with the top. So let me cut the length and then I connect it, okay? Let me see the proportion of the hair first before I cut it. If he said he wants this longer than here, let's check if this is already long or shorter, because some people grab the hair and cut, they don't realize the apex is the highest point of the head, and then this stays longer because this is higher and this is shorter, you see? So now I'm checking the proportion of the hair. See, it's rounding off. Right here is longer than here and longer than here. The first thing we do, no, it's not going to be redondo because I'm going to, I change, okay?
No, but I mean the crop top, when you do the crop top.
Yeah, it has to be like this.
Do you always start with the top and then to the side?
Most of the time, I do my guide, cut the top, blow dry, make sure everything is nice, then I fade it.
Okay.
But if you feel like to do on the side, sometimes short hair, I just blow down, because short is easier to do anytime. Oops. When you're cutting shorter hair, it's more difficult, because you don't have much to grab it, right? I'm trying to make this shorter and here a little bit longer because I'm going to lift this up at the end. So now I cut the top square. It's going to be short. Cut it square, everything. Now I can connect in diagonal forward. You did diagonal back. I'm going to connect this hair in diagonal forward, okay? Look.
Why forward?
Forward because this area, his hair, look at his hair. He natural grows like this. In this length, if you're trying to push his hair back, what's going to happen?
It won't work out.
You won't work out.
It will be impossible. You have to
Follow the natural growth.
natural growth.
That's the idea. And then you break that. Bring to your base. Take another one. This one is going to come to the center, and this is going to come to the center, and both is going to meet. Next. The reason why I'm opening my finger here a little bit because I want this nice and square. It's a graduation too. Diagonal back, diagonal forward is still a graduation, okay? So I want this a little longer. I'm going over direct this one to this one, okay? Instead I cut here, I will bring my section back here. You see my hands is in diagonal. I'm bringing everything to my base. So now I'm start adding texture. Okay. So when the hair is short, oh, I use this one. So when the hair is very short, I can't grab it and use these shears, okay? The blending shears. What I do, I take small sections like this, hold it with the shears, go right on the root, take away. So the further you go, the less low on the base of the hair you cut. Luis, you do more, you remove weight and add a lot of texture because the hair, it creates more movement, more, it will be more lighter and easy for the clients. The sea salt spray. You see, you spray from far, the cowlick needs to fall in place naturally or mix, okay? Pressure, medium heat, you do this, the hair will fall naturally. And when you come in here, let me show you guys something. So the cowlick will go around like this. You put your finger in the center of the cowlick, do this, and the hair will fall into natural place. Okay? You can do them both. So the top, what I'm going to do, since I applied the product already, I want a more natural. Look what I'm going to do. I'm drying the hair. Huh? That's this. Now this is to maintain the texture comes from point cutting and product. And the way you cut the hair too, layered, good texture too. But in this case, with this, I just want to make sure the hair is natural. But the top, not this now. When I push the hair in, it's because I want to create volume in that area. So I do this because I want to low. Short hair. Short hair, yes, you use the smaller brush. So now I'm drying my side, the base. If you push, it's going to be flat. while I'm drying his hair, I'm trying to be creative in what I do, because you already had the style in your mind, right? But along the way, the hair asks for something. The hair asks to go to certain direction. The hair asks to give it some lift. So we needed to debulk first with the number 2.
I do that.
So that's why the, yeah,
I do that.
yeah, we need to debulk first. If you want the C cup, the outline here darker, the angle of your clippers needs to be like this to create your first graduation line with 0. Because you see the hair here, when you're fading, it's gonna be darker. When you put like in horizontal, it will be less, and if you put in diagonal back, it will be less and less. So in his case, I'm going to disappear all this line, like 99%, and towards the back, here, I'm going to save this area, okay? I'll mark my first graduation line.
I'm not gonna done with the clipper.
Because the clipper doesn't give you a harsh line, you know? So I'm gonna do everything from 0 and below. 0, trim and shaver.
Traducir a mi papá.
Como él no pregunta, yo pienso que...
No, tem que traducir.
Tem que perguntar. And my trimmers stay below my shaver stay below my trimmers. So now, number 4, I'm going to mark my first graduation line is the half. Okay, half closed. Half closed. Fade is fade. Don't matter if it's a low or high. The principles are the same. Number 1 close to mark my second graduation line, okay? We have to look and be careful. Behind the ears, we have a lot of floss, right? You have so dense floss, it's too dark. In those areas, what I do, I stretch my fade. I stretch it, and then I use my point cutting technique with shears. I'll make that darkness, that density disappear. So now I mark with the number 1, and I'm come back with a half, open, and I'm start blending. So I'm gonna work in this section now. And I go open all the way to 1 with a little bit of the C motion. Remember the motions when we're fading? So I'm come back with my half open just to refine. So now what I'm going to do my phase number 2. I'm going to blend it down. Remember I used to debulk number 2? All the numbers from 2 down to 1, I'm going to use now. So fade it up to 1, 2, down to 1. So now I use number 2 already. I start with a 1.5 open. Cool. Close, halfway close. 1.5 open, halfway closed. Back to 1. Remember I stop with the 1 here. 1 open until we close, and then I'm come back with a half just to refine the line. Open.
Number 1 open, right?
Open, If you want to feel more comfortable, you start all your guards open, so you don't create more lines, you know? Just break that edge, but I want to maintain this like very square, very heavy, but just breaking the edges a little bit. See my finger? Only move 1 thumb. the hair is short, lifting the hair up and adding some texture so the hair will connect perfect with the sides. Tú haces una conexión mejor y sigue quedando negro.
So how do you know where to use the scissor like that?
Just you following the same direction of the hair. Because if I cut against, I'm going to create some holes.
Tico, are you working with wall?
I love wall, man.
Yeah.
All the way down, like this. You only apply where you want a volume, okay? Well.
Camisori.
Novo.
Gracias.